Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. We were discussing organolithium reagents. Today we will see halogen lithium exchange reactions. Generally, these halogen lithium exchange reactions are stereospecific. First, we will see what is halogen lithium exchange. When we treat a halogen on an sp2 hybridized carbon with n-butyl lithium, then it will undergo a halogen lithium exchange reaction like this. Alkyl anion will attack on halogen so that it will take the halogen. Then this negative charge will pick up the counter ion lithium ion. So wherever halogen was there, after halogen lithium exchange reaction, lithium will occupy that. So that means the stereochemistry of this bond will never change. The stereochemistry will be retained. So it is a stereospecific reaction. For example, when we treat this alkynyl bromide with n-butyl lithium, then what is the product? Because the halogen lithium exchange reactions are stereospecific, here the product will be this one. So wherever the halogen was there, that bond it is exchanged with lithium. Of course, we also get n-butyl bromide. Now, this anion, how do we explore this anion further? When we treat this with phenyl lithium, bromobenzene will be a byproduct and we get this nucleophile. So this acts as a nucleophile. Of course, it also acts as a base, but we explore this reactivity of this molecule for nucleophilic character. For example, when we add an alkyl halide, this molecule will undergo nucleophilic substitution. Generally, it is an SN2 reaction. That means if R is a chiral center, then the stereochemistry around chiral center will be reversed. Okay, if this halogen is attached to a chiral center, because of its SN2 nature, the stereochemistry around this alkyl group will be reversed. Now, I'll give you two examples. You practice these two. What is the product here? So it undergoes SN2 reactions, or in this case it undergoes nucleophilic addition because it is a carbonyl compound. This molecule will undergo nucleophilic addition to this compound. So you write the products here. The metal halogen exchange reactions will also occur on aromatic halides. For example, in this case, when this bromobenzene is treated with n-butyl lithium, it undergoes metal halogen exchange reaction, and the generated nucleophile is treated with carbon dioxide. Of course, finally we will add water or dilute acid. What is the product here? I'll give you one more practice problem. In this example also, we must take only one equivalent. Because we have two potential functional groups which can react with n-butyl lithium, both halogen and cyanide. So first equivalent will obviously react with undergo metal halogen exchange reaction, and if we use additional amount of n-butyl lithium, then cyanide will undergo reaction. These metal halogen exchange reactions are not confined to either alkynyl halides or aromatic halides. Even saturated carbon halogen bonds will also involve in metal halogen exchange reactions. In this case, allyl chloride, when it is treated with methyl lithium, it undergoes metal halogen exchange. So it generates vinyl lithium, and vinyl lithium can be further explored by adding benzyl bromide. So this vinyl lithium will undergo nucleophilic substitution on benzyl bromide. So the product is just nucleophilic substitution on benzyl bromide. In this example, we have two carbon halogen bonds. When we treat this with an alkyl lithium reagent, one of the halogen will undergo metal halogen exchange, then other will undergo nucleophilic substitution. So you write the product. In this example, when we treat it with a alkyl lithium reagent, it undergoes metal halogen exchange to generate this anion. This anion will further undergo intramolecular ring closing with this double bond. So the ring size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we are getting a 5-membered ring. this anion, if we want to stop the reaction here, we can just add water, or if you want to explore it further, we can also do it. So when we add allyl bromide, what is the product? So the metal halogen exchange reactions are not limited to either unsaturated carbon halogen bonds, but they are also possible with saturated carbon halogen bonds. In this example, when this molecule is treated with n-butyl lithium, it undergoes metal halogen exchange reaction to generate an anion here. This anion will undergo intramolecular nucleophilic addition to the carbonyl carbon. So when we count the ring size, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are generating a 5-membered ring. I'll give the product, you practice the mechanism. Now we will see transmetallation reactions. What are transmetallation reactions? It is a similar reaction to metal halogen exchange. When a triple bond is treated with tin hydride, the triple bond will undergo reduction. That means hydrogen will add on one carbon, tin will add to another carbon. Because it is a stereospecific reaction, both hydrogen and tin will add from the same side. Now, what is transmetallation? When we have a carbon metal bond and when it is treated with an alkyl lithium reagent, it undergoes transmetallation. That means this metal is now exchanged with lithium metal. In the previous example, halogens are exchanged with lithium. In this example, the metal is exchanged with lithium. Metal is exchanged with another metal, so that is why it is called transmetallation. This alkyl anion will attack on metal so that it generates anion here. Of course, the counter ion is lithium. So the product is, please mute yourself. The product is this one. Of course, it is again a stereospecific reaction as halogen metal exchange reactions. These transmetallation reactions are also stereospecific. So I will give you one more problem. You predict the product here. What is the product here? Please remember, metal halogen exchange reactions and transmetallation reactions are stereospecific in nature. That means wherever the halogen or metal is there, that position lithiation will occur. So instead of tin, now we will get lithium metal. If it is halogen, in the halogen we will get lithium. So these are stereospecific reactions. how do we prepare the substrate for transmetallation reaction? Of course, a triple bond can be reduced with tributyl tin hydride, but we can also prepare these substrate via Grignard reagents. Of course, we have studied reaction of Grignard reagents with inorganic metal halides. In a similar fashion, Grignard reagent here attacks on tin because chlorine is a good leaving group. So what we are getting here is this carbon metal bond formation. Then this can be further explored with alkyl lithium reagents. What is the product here? Now we will see reactions of alkyl lithium reagents with the carboxylic acids. Two equivalents of alkyl lithium react with the carboxylic acid to generate ketones. This methyl is from alkyl lithium. We need two equivalents of alkyl lithium to convert carboxylic acids into ketones. How do we do this? When we use alkyl lithium and a carboxylic acid, of course, carboxylic acid proton is the acidic proton, so it can be immediately removed, deprotonated. So O minus Li plus. Of course, methane gas. It is a gas, so it will escape from the reaction mixture. When we want to do the same conversion with Grignard reagent, it is not possible, right? Why? Because Grignard reagents are not strong enough to undergo nucleophilic addition to the carbonyl carbon in a carboxylate ion. So this is a carboxylate ion. Alkyl lithium reagents are strong nucleophiles, so they will undergo nucleophilic addition to this carboxylate ion. But Grignard reagent, they are not that strong enough to add to the carboxylate ion. So this conversion with the Grignard reagents, it is not possible, but it is possible with alkyl lithium reagents because they are very strong nucleophiles compared to Grignard reagents. So here what we are getting methyl addition and two such alkoxides. Then when we add water, it becomes OH, and they will undergo dehydration to generate this carbonyl carbon. So alkyl lithium reagents will convert carboxylic acids into ketones. Take the notes. I'll give one more practice problem for this. Write the product here.